Friends, uh, I'm going to talk about a rather complicated subject, which is the need for conformance in organizations, the need for achievement in organizations, and of course, the hot stove rule. Uh, Organizations seem to expect two things from employees across levels. They want employees to conform. They want them to conform to a certain level of standard of discipline. They want them to conform to well laid out processes. They want them to, of course, conform to performance expectations. So, in general, employees over a long period of time learn that if they need to survive, they need to certainly be on the right side of the organizational law. They know that their powers are and personal authority is limited and they need to go by established processes. So even if you're a customer, they will tell you this is company policy, because conforming to process is very important. And finally, they know that if they need to survive and earn their salaries and their variable pay, they need to somehow set safe goals and achieve them so that life goes on. So, in some ways, the larger the organization becomes, the more and more we tend to inculcate, however tacitly, a behavior of conformance. Now, increasingly, we find that more and more organizations, especially large organizations, are now asking their leaders to embrace adversity, take risks, professional risks, be agile, be flexible, take ownership, to disrupt, to be innovative, and so on and so forth. And more organizations seem to be very disappointed that their managers and leaders are not displaying this drive to achieve and be at the cutting edge of change. Why is this important? Because large organizations believe that they are being disrupted by organizations which are much smaller than them, which seem to show a far higher drive to achieve than them. And it seems to therefore become a business critical capability. Now, to understand this, I draw inspiration from an unlikely source, which is Mark Twain. Um, Way back in maybe 1910 or 11, he had said this famous thing. He said that if a cat sits on a hot stove, that cat will not sit on a hot stove again. The cat will not sit on a cold stove either. The cat just don't like stoves. Most employees are taught about the hot stove rule, formally, informally, explicitly, implicitly. They don't like stoves. Smaller organizations, on the other hand, bring their employees up to just love stoves. They don't mind getting burned, bruised a little bit, as long as they can achieve what they want. They are the underdogs, they are fighting every day. So we see this between nations, between organizations, between individuals. So this desire to achieve and accomplish, take some risks and chances to compete, comes when people are not afraid of hot stoves. So the question, therefore, is, can leaders be coached and trained to inculcate that drive to achieve? Is it even possible? David McClellan, who did a lot of work in achievement motivation, says, yeah, it is possible to inculcate in people that desire to achieve for the sake of achievement, to set challenging goals, seek feedback, and accomplish something because you desire to accomplish it. It is possible. However, a lot of research also says that that cannot survive without a supportive system and an environment. If the system does not support this risk taking behavior and this desire to achieve, then individuals will become victims of the system. So while leaders at the senior most levels may say that I want my people to disrupt and to achieve and to embrace change and take ownership, do their actual everyday behaviors uh, say otherwise? Will they actually support people who want to take their chances? Will the weight of bureaucracy created by them actually come in the way of stealing this desire to achieve? These are questions to ponder. It is quite likely that individuals who've grown up for years falling in line and conforming may find it very difficult to give that away and achieve. It is also likely that the same individuals at a young age had a high desire to achieve may over a period of time become risk averse. It's also true that organizations do not require everyone to take risks. But if we do want to inculcate this behavior, we need to look inward and say, what do I need to do? What does the system need to do so that people are not afraid of hot stoves? Thank you.